We've all been there. You send a message, hit send, and then the waiting game begins. The seconds stretch into minutes and the minutes into hours. You keep refreshing the chat, thinking maybe, just maybe, she's gonna reply any second now. You try to convince yourself she's just busy, right? But as the minutes turn into hours and the hours turn into days, you start asking yourself, should I send another message? Did she even see my text? Maybe I should follow up. Sound familiar? You're not alone. A friend of mine once shared how he kept sending just checking in texts to a girl he liked. He thought it showed he cared, that he was putting in the effort, but in reality, it was coming across as desperate. The more he chased, the more she pulled away. Here's the hard truth. Chasing someone who's not matching your energy is like running on a treadmill. You're working hard, but you're not moving forward. It's exhausting, yet you're stuck in the same place. But what if the most powerful thing you could do is stop chasing entirely? That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. Why you should never message her again, and how this one shift in your mindset can completely transform how you approach relationships and your own personal power. Let's dive in. Number 1. The power of silence. If she's not responding, her silence is already a message. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to fill that silence with more text. They hope that sending more messages will trigger a response. But consider this. Imagine you're in a store and a salesperson is constantly following you, asking, "Do you need help? Are you sure?" It's annoying, right? You want to leave, not buy. When you keep messaging her, you're doing the same thing, chasing, pressuring. But when you stop, that's when the dynamic shifts. Silence becomes a tool of attraction. It's like a song stuck in your head, creating curiosity. Why hasn't he messaged me? The absence makes her think. Now, think about this. Do you want to be unforgettable, or do you want to be the guy who couldn't take a hint? Silence isn't weakness, it's a sign of strength. Make it your secret weapon. Number 2. The reversal effect. When you stop chasing, you create space for her to notice your absence. Often, people don't realize the value of what they have until it's no longer there. Think about a close friend, someone you always make plans with. The one time you decide not to reach out, they suddenly start texting you, asking, "Hey, we haven't hung out in a while." That same principle applies here. When you take a step back, you give her the opportunity to reflect and wonder, why hasn't he texted me? This shift allows curiosity to build, which is key. But here's the important part. This isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate someone's feelings. It's about respecting yourself enough to stop chasing and let her meet you halfway. It's about valuing your time and energy and knowing that you deserve someone who will invest as much in you as you do in them. Now, it might be uncomfortable at first, especially when you really like someone, but ask yourself this. If she doesn't notice your absence, do you really want to keep pursuing someone who doesn't recognize your worth? This is your moment to stand firm in your self-respect and let things unfold naturally. Number 3, focus on your growth. This is where the real transformation happens. Instead of staring at your phone, waiting for a reply that may never come, channel that energy into something that actually adds value to your life. What's something you've been wanting to do, but haven't yet? Maybe it's hitting the gym, learning a new skill, or reconnecting with old friends. I once heard about a guy who, after a tough breakup, decided to train for a marathon. It wasn't just his body that transformed, his mindset shifted. By the time his ex reached out, he wasn't even interested. He was too busy thriving. Focusing on your own growth doesn't just make you more attractive to her, it makes you more attractive to everyone around you. And here's the real question. What feels more satisfying? Chasing someone who doesn't show interest, or becoming the best version of yourself? Number 4, the clarity you gain. When you take a step back and focus on yourself, something incredible happens. You gain clarity. The distance from the situation allows you to see things for what they truly are, not what you hoped they would be. Think of it like cleaning a foggy window. At first, everything looks blurry, but as you wipe away the grime, the view becomes clear. You may begin to realize that maybe she wasn't as invested as you thought, or perhaps her actions never truly matched her words. It can be a tough realization, but it's necessary for your personal growth. But clarity doesn't just stop at understanding her behavior, it extends to understanding your own needs. What do you really want in a partner? What are your non-negotiables? When you gain clarity, you no longer settle for less than you deserve. You start to see your worth more clearly, and that changes how you approach relationships in the future. In this process, you also begin to recognize patterns, perhaps the times you've overlooked red flags or compromised too much of yourself. This self-awareness is essential because it empowers you to make better choices moving forward. And when clarity finally clicks, you're no longer stuck in uncertainty. Instead, you're ready to move forward with confidence, knowing exactly what you want and what you deserve. Number 5, how to handle it when she reaches out. Let's say she reaches out to you after a period of silence. First things first, don't jump to conclusions. Her reaching out doesn't necessarily mean she's ready to give you what you want, or that her feelings have changed. It could be out of curiosity, boredom, or just testing the waters to see if you're still available. Many people mistake this as a sign of renewed interest, but it's important to stay grounded. If you still have feelings for her, it's crucial not to fall back into old patterns of over-texting or over-investing your emotions. Keep the conversation casual and light at first. Take your time to assess her intentions and see if her behavior matches her words. Don't rush to give her the attention and validation she might be seeking, especially if she hasn't proven she's worthy of it. Remember, this is your opportunity to stay in control. If her intentions aren't clear or she's not serious, don't be afraid to walk away. Understand that you're not desperate for her validation. The moment you prioritize your self-worth over chasing her, you begin to regain your power. So, stay confident and protect your emotional investment. If she's not offering the same energy, it's time to move on with your head held high, knowing that you deserve someone who truly values you. Number 6, reclaiming your power. At the end of the day, this journey isn't just about her, it's about you. Every time you walk away from someone who doesn't value you, you're telling yourself that you deserve more. Every great success story starts with someone deciding they're worth more. Whether in love, career, or life, the moment you stop settling is the moment you start thriving. Ask yourself this: are you ready to let go of what's not meant for you and make space for something or someone who truly deserves you? Because once you do, you'll realize the most attractive thing you can be is someone who knows their worth. Number 7, the power of detachment. Detachment is one of the most underrated skills, especially when it comes to relationships. When you emotionally detach from someone who isn't investing in you, you take back control. Think of it like holding onto a rope. If you keep gripping it while the other person pulls away, all you're doing is hurting yourself. But the moment you let go, you free yourself from that pain. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop over-investing in someone who isn't giving you the same energy. It helps you see things clearly and makes you more attractive because it shows you value yourself, regardless of external validation. Number 8, building an abundant mindset. When you focus on one person who isn't reciprocating your efforts, you're operating from a mindset of scarcity. You think she's the only one, and if you lose her, you won't find anyone else. But what if I told you that mindset is what's actually holding you back? An abundant mindset shifts your focus from "I need her to be happy" to "I create my own happiness." When you start focusing on yourself, meeting new people, and building a life you love, you naturally become more magnetic. Scarcity makes you chase, abundance makes you attract. At the end of the day, this isn't about her, it's about you. Stop chasing, start focusing on yourself, and start valuing your time and energy. Something incredible happens when you take control. You attract the right kind of connection, someone who will meet you halfway, someone who values you. Stop waiting, stop chasing, start becoming the person you were always meant to be. When you focus on yourself, you don't just change the game, you become the one who sets the rules. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to stop chasing people who don't see your worth and start living like the person who knows it? Because once you do, everything changes. You've got this.